Joining me now to get into it all is Kentucky Congressman Andy Barr, a member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. Congressman, good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
Thank you so much for being here. And you say you are ready to vote in favor of the supplemental funding bill. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Operation Epic Fury has been a remarkable strategic success for the country, for our allies, to degrade the military capabilities, to make sure that the nuclear infrastructure is totally obliterated and buried. Now, of course, the final phase is to secure the Strait of Hormuz, to make sure that we have a durable and lasting resolution to the global energy market situation.
Now, in terms of securing the Strait, that would also include drone security, right? We're doing a deep dive on drone security this week. I spoke with 2 drone manufacturers on Sunday, and we've got another one from Anduril on this morning. Tell me about that. Do you think these drone companies can mass produce these drones and get those drones in that region to actually offset what Iran is doing right now with their drones?
Well, I think they can, and of course that is the immediate threat to those commercial tankers are drones. But our military, our men and women in uniform have done a remarkable job degrading the missile, anti-ship, and drone capabilities of the Iranian regime. Right now, right before the ceasefire, the temporary pause, the military was doing great work in terms of the 5,000-pound bunker busters on the coastline to eliminate or reduce the threat of drones in the Strait of Hormuz. That needs to continue. If there is not a resolution, the Marines are there to give the president additional leverage in these negotiations.
Now, are you going to attach this $200 billion ask to a reconciliation package? Where are you on the reconciliation talk?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea because we're not getting any support from the Democrats on anything, on Save America Act, on the war, frankly, even the basic job of funding TSA. The recklessness of Democrats not funding Homeland Security in the middle of a conflict in the Middle East is just mind-blowing. And yet, that's where we face ourselves. So we do need to use the tool of reconciliation for all of these issues, I think. I think we do have the makings of a potential deal to fund partial DHS. But, Maria, this is...
But you can't put the Save America Act into the reconciliation plan,
you would have to recast it. You would have to change it and make it into a budgetary issue.
How do you do that?
Well, it would obviously relate to funding of states to implement the provisions.
Oh, okay.
So
maybe there is a way.
I think there's potential ways to get creative with it. And if there is a way, we should pursue the Save America Act. But we need to put the Democrats on record. I think that's what Leader Thune is doing right now, putting the Democrats on record that they're not with 81% of the American people who say voter ID, citizenship verification for registration in federal elections. Make sure Democrats who face the voters in these midterm elections are standing on the side of illegals, canceling out the votes of American citizens.
And why? Why not? Why wouldn't they support voter ID and proving you're an American citizen to vote? Well,
I think we all know why. It's because they want to make it easier to cheat.
Yeah.
And that's ridiculous, but that's where we are in the state of politics today. I was going through TSA the other day, Maria, and a patriotic, wonderful TSA supervisory officer stopped me, and she told me that she had missed her second paycheck. And I said, I'm so sorry. That's so wrong that you missed your second paycheck. And she said, why are you apologizing? You voted for my paycheck. You voted repeatedly. Republicans have voted repeatedly for a paycheck. It's the Democrats who need to apologize to me.
Wow, so they know that.
And she knew that, and she said, and I want you to tell the Democrats something else for those of us in TSA. We support ICE. ICE is our sister agency. We have the same mission. Our mission is Homeland Security. Tell them to do their job and not only fund our paychecks, but fund ICE.
Well, that's a very nice story. Thank you for sharing that. And I didn't think about putting SAVE Act in that realm because I spoke with Senator Mike Lee the other day, and he said, no, it's not a budgetary thing. It's not going to go into the reconciliation package. But the way you explained it, to actually allocate money toward certain states to actually, then it does become a budgetary thing.
Then it does become a budgetary
I can
issue.
see that. All right, let me get on to Senator Mark Wayne Mullen, confirmed to lead the Department of Homeland Security in a 54-45 vote last night. He's expected to be sworn in when? Today?
I think as soon as possible. He'll do an outstanding job. He's ready for the job. He's going to do a great job. And
the president's going to be at the ceremony, but this DHS shutdown is now into day 39.
Yeah.
And to underline what the TSA agent said to you, I mean, the president deployed ICE agents to major airports, supporting TSA staffers as these shortages worsen. Agents called out sick. They're quitting more than 5 weeks without pay. Some of them, the president is urging Republicans to include voter ID requirements with this legislation reopening DHS. Is that, would you include that in the DHS funding?
Yeah, I mean,
could you do it?
If we can, yes. Again, I think because of a lack of cooperation from the Democrats, reconciliation will be used maybe to continue to fund ICE. If we can reopen the government, get the TSA agents paid, Coast Guard, all the other agencies paid, we need to go ahead and do that, and we can use reconciliation for these other items, including the supplemental on defense, including the Save America Act, to the extent we can make it a budgetary item, and then continue to fund ICE. But one of the other reasons why the One Big Beautiful Bill, the previous reconciliation was so effective is because we did fund ICE.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
ICE has funding. That's the irony of this whole shutdown is the Democrats have not the defund the police. Democrats have not defunded ICE in this situation. But what they're demanding, judicial warrants for every operation of ICE, is just it's not workable. It's not feasible. Senator Mullen has talked about judicial warrants for entry into certain private buildings or residences, and that might work. But
I want to talk about the bill that you've introduced. But real quick, when you went to the airport, you're an elected official, so you're going to get right through. But was it a mess? Were there lines all over the place?
It's increasingly a mess.
Okay.
And LaGuardia is a total mess.
I know. I saw the pictures. Okay. You recently introduced the No Tax on Drill Pay Act. It exempts federal income taxes on inactive duty training pay earned by members of the National Guard and Reserve during their drill weekends. Explain it.
Yeah, this builds on the success of the Warrior Dividend, the $1,776 that the president provided in recognition and honoring the service of our active duty. There's 800,000 Guard and Reservists in this country. 15,000 of them are deployed right now.
Wow.
And we want to recognize their service. No tax on drill pay, building on no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. They deserve it too. And this is a recruitment and retention issue for the Guard. With this president, we're solving the morale issues, but this is an additional recognition and appreciation for their great service to our country.
All right. Well, they deserve our thanks for sure. Congressman, it's good to see you. Thanks so much.
Good to see you too.
We'll be watching your work.
Thank you.
Andy Barr here. Stay with us. We'll be right back.